Hello everyone and welcome to another ASMR video. Today I don't know really what I want to talk about other than I know I want to talk about content creation itself. It's very hard running 3 YouTube channels and having a full-time job. Now I know I've done that to myself, but I'm kind of discovering that more recently, that it's actually very hard to produce content for 3 channels, and you're probably wondering why I'm talking about this specifically, and mainly it's to say sorry for not uploading sooner. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and yeah, so that's why I haven't been posting here. I know obviously this channel is still very fledgling, so it feels weird to apologise for something that doesn't have quite a rhythm yet, but all the same, I think it's better to start as you mean to go on, and I do mean to go on, so here I am apologising for not producing the content I wanted to, in hopes that I will produce the content I want to in the future. The reason mainly for me not making a video before now is actually that I was playing Final Fantasy 16, so I play a lot of games, but I do a segment, so to speak, on my YouTube gaming channel in which I play a game from start to finish on streams, YouTube streams, and because it's usually a new game, I've been playing Final Fantasy 16, the latest Final Fantasy game, for those who don't know too much about FF, and I have been trying to finish it for a while now, and I thought I was nearing the end, and so I made a video, the first of what ended up to be 4 videos. I made like a stream, but you know what I mean, and I titled it that it was the finale because I thought we would get there in one sitting. Instead it took 4, and across those 4 sittings I think I spent about 15 hours, which is kind of funny actually. I was 15 hours off where I thought I was. I will never make that mistake again, or maybe I will, possibly I will. And yeah, that really ate up my weekend, but I'm glad for it because I'm now finished the game and can look at other ones and focus back on stuff like this channel as well. I almost didn't record this video tonight as well because we are filming this video on the night Ahsoka releases. So for those who don't know, a little rundown of Ahsoka. It is a Star Wars show that is kind of a successor to 2 other Star Wars shows. Those who've watched The Mandalorian will be aware of Ahsoka to a degree, and those who watch Boba Fett actually will be as well. But in essence, Ahsoka is the forgotten Padawan of Anakin Skywalker, so to speak, and she is technically no longer a Jedi, but still practicing the Jedi ways, and this show is dealing with her after Return of the Jedi, and it's very exciting because it picks up from where Star Wars Rebels, the animated show, ended. In fact, there's actually a scene that is ripped right out of the show to indicate the start of the journey, so to speak. And I'm very excited to see where the show goes. The first 2 episodes were discuss it in too much depth because I actually, what's the word? I do a podcast. That's my other channel, my non-gaming channel, but my nerd channel for what it's nerd. And of course, I don't want to double dip, so to speak, on talking about it, especially before I record the podcast this weekend. So instead, let's move on swiftly. I have to admit I'm a little bit better of a place than where I was the last time I rambled to you guys. I was having a little bit of a stressful time with certain people in my life, and some of those stressors are still there, of course, but some things have changed too, and I'm very happy with the way they've changed. There was a discussion I had earlier this week with a few people, and it really changed my perspective on a few things, to be more confident in my abilities and stop asking for reassurance all the time. Reassurance is something that everyone needs, and it's totally valid to want reassurance. Of course, you need reassurance, but sometimes you can be so scared to do it wrong that you won't do it. And I admit that I am one of those people who, on occasion, can be too scared to do what I think is the right thing to do. But this week, someone told me I need to stop that because, and I kind of admit that they're right, they are right, that, how do I put it, I am creating an issue for them too by not being confident in my own abilities, and not in a negative sense. They don't mean, oh my gosh, go away. They more mean, I can't babysit you in what you're doing and do what I'm doing. And I kind of get it, especially if it's a work environment. You kind of need to be proactive, and if they want you to be autonomous, then you kind of need to be autonomous. But yeah, so I'm working on that, working on myself in that way. I know that generally links into a lot of the usual fears of being wanting to be liked and wanting to fit in. And I think we all have that too. I think everyone panics about fitting in. And, you know, not all of us can. That's the truth. Not everyone can fit in. And I don't take to quoting things that often necessarily, but I remember a line from The Crown season, was it 4 or was it 3? I forget at this point, but it's the season with Gillian Anderson playing Margaret Thatcher. And again, not that I would necessarily quote Margaret Thatcher, but I really liked one of the lines in that show. I can't remember the exact wording, but it does come to me from time to time as kind of like a more abstract thought. That is, have you lived a life if you haven't made enemies? And it's a weird one because it sounds really negative, right? But what essentially the quote is saying is there will always be people who disagree with you. If you stand up for what you think is correct, they can't stand up to you, they can't fight against you. If you don't decide to do something that you believe in. Basically, it's saying if you go through life doing nothing and achieving nothing and have no enemies, then you've done something wrong. I kind of get it. I think it's a negative view of the world, obviously. But the intent is right. That there's going to be people that, oh gosh, I slipped on my words. There's going to be people who resist you. But that's part of it. That's the point of it all. Conflict happens, always will happen on some level or another. And of course, we're trying to eliminate that where possible. We don't seek conflict, obviously, but sometimes conflict is necessary. Look at any moment of social change in history. Conflict was a part of that, even if not violent or physical in general. There will be conflict verbally or socially. There's a lot of that in the world even now. Not to say that that is all correct, of course. There are certain sides to those conversations that aren't correct. But in general, I mean that there are people who need to fight. Fighting is something you need to be willing to do, even if you don't want to. Because if you don't stand up for what you believe in and you do nothing, then yeah, you made no enemies, but did you achieve your goal? And I kind of agree. So that's something I'm really taking on board this week, and I kind of wanted to impart that upon you guys as well, I hope. And yeah, also, by the way, I think I fixed the mic. I had to turn off my ability to hear, which is weird because I still have my earphones in, which is silly of me because I can't hear anything anywhere. But I think I fixed the headphones. Not the headphones, sorry, the mic. I think the mic should sound a lot better now. I hope it does. Please let me know if you have any issues. But yeah, I had to turn off the feedback so that I couldn't hear it, because I actually slow down my voice a lot when I hear it myself, which is really weird, because why would I do that? I'm trying to train myself not to, but tonight it was really putting me off, and I thought instead I'd just go with the flow and hope that the mic is fixed. So if it isn't, oops, 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 oops. I hope you can forgive me, even though I've said about in the past that I really hate it when audio isn't perfect. I know I'm still starting out, and so I need to kind of curb my enthusiasm, for want of a better term, at times, and understand that I am only a fledgling ASM artist with about 5 or 6 videos, and I don't need to be perfect, either straight away or ever. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has a little bit of a, oh, I hit the desk, or oh my gosh, I clicked this, or oh my gosh, there's been a notification on my laptop that's messed up the audio. But at least for this one, I'm hoping it's near perfect. Anyway, guys, I've really enjoyed making this one, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. If you're enjoying this content, please think about subscribing, liking, and sharing with others. You guys are the best. I hope you have a great night's sleep, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.